In a small town, there was a boy named Sam. Sam was a curious boy, always looking for new things to explore. He lived with his mother in an old house at the edge of town. The house was big, with many rooms and long hallways. But there was one room that Sam was never allowed to enter. His mother always told him, never go into the room at the end of the hall. Sam often wondered what was inside the room. The door was old, with a rusty lock, and there were no windows. He asked his mother many times about the room, but she never gave him an answer. Some things are better left unknown, she would say. One rainy afternoon, when Sam's mother was away, his curiosity got the better of him. He decided to take a closer look at the door. The house was quiet, except for the sound of rain tapping on the windows. Sam walked slowly down the hallway, his heart beating faster with each step. When he reached the door, he noticed something he had never seen before, a small keyhole. Sam bent down to look through the keyhole. At first, he could only see darkness. But as his eyes adjusted, he saw something strange. There was a soft glow coming from inside the room. It was as if something was shining in the darkness. Sam felt a chill run down his spine. What could be in there? He knew he shouldn't, but Sam couldn't resist. He searched the house for a key, hoping to find one that would fit the lock. After searching for a long time, he found an old key in a dusty drawer. It was small and looked like it hadn't been used in years. Sam felt a mix of excitement and fear as he walked back to the door. With trembling hands, Sam inserted the key into the lock. To his surprise, it fit perfectly. He turned the key, and the lock clicked open. Taking a deep breath, Sam slowly pushed the door open. The room was dark and cold. The air inside felt different, almost as if it hadn't been touched in a long time. But there was that soft glow again, coming from the corner of the room. As Sam's eyes adjusted to the darkness, he saw that the glow was coming from a small, golden box on a table. Sam walked slowly towards the box. It was beautiful, with intricate designs carved into the gold. He reached out and touched it. The moment his fingers brushed against the box, he felt a strange sensation. It was as if the room itself was alive, watching him. Sam hesitated for a moment, but his curiosity was too strong. He lifted the lid of the box. Inside, there was a piece of paper and a small, silver key. The paper looked old, with faded writing on it. Sam carefully unfolded it and read the words. "The door is only the beginning. The key will lead you to what you seek, but beware of what you find." Sam's mind raced. What did the note mean? And what was the silver key for? He looked around the room, searching for another door or a hidden passage, but there was nothing. The room was empty, except for the table, the box, and the note. Feeling more puzzled than ever, Sam took the silver key and the note and left the room. He closed the door behind him and locked it again, returning the old key to the drawer where he found it. But now, he had more questions than answers. That night, Sam couldn't sleep. His mind was filled with thoughts of the mysterious room, the golden box, and the silver key. What was he supposed to do with it? The note said the key would lead him to what he sought, but what was he seeking? Sam didn't know, but he felt a strange pull, as if something was calling him. The next day, Sam decided to explore the town, hoping to find some clues. He walked through the streets, holding the silver key in his pocket. As he passed by the old library, something caught his eye. There was a symbol carved into the wall of the building, the same symbol that was on the golden box. Sam's heart skipped a beat. Could this be a sign? He entered the library and began searching for anything that might help him understand the mystery. After hours of looking through old books and documents, he found something that made his blood run cold. It was an old map of the town, and on it, there was a hidden location marked with the same symbol. The place was deep in the woods, far from the town. Sam knew he had to go there, even though he was scared. The map showed a path through the forest, leading to a clearing where the symbol was marked. Sam packed a bag with some food, water, and a flashlight, and set out on his journey. The forest was dark and thick, with tall trees that blocked out most of the sunlight. Sam followed the path on the map, trying to stay calm. He had never been this deep into the woods before. The sounds of the forest were strange, with rustling leaves and distant animal calls. After what felt like hours, Sam finally reached the clearing. In the middle of the clearing, there was an old, stone structure, almost like a small temple. It was covered in moss and vines, and there were strange carvings on the walls. Sam's heart pounded as he approached it. There was a door in the stone structure, with a keyhole that looked like it would fit the silver key. Sam took a deep breath and inserted the key. The door creaked open, revealing a dark passage leading underground. Sam hesitated for a moment, but he knew he had come too far to turn back now. He stepped into the passage and started walking. The air was cool and damp, and the only light came from his flashlight. The walls were lined with more carvings, but Sam couldn't understand their meaning. The passage led to a large underground chamber. In the center of the chamber, there was a stone pedestal with another box on it, similar to the one he found in the room at home. But this box was different. It was black, with silver designs. Sam felt a sense of dread as he approached it. He opened the box, and inside, there was another note and a small, black stone. The note read, "You have found what you seek, but the truth is more than you can bear. The stone holds a power that must not be unleashed. Leave it here, and go back, or take it and face the consequences." Sam stared at the stone. It looked ordinary, but he could feel something dark and powerful inside it. He didn't know what to do. Should he take the stone, or leave it here as the note warned? After a long moment, Sam made his decision. He carefully placed the stone back in the box and closed the lid. He couldn't risk unleashing something dangerous into the world. He left the chamber and the stone behind, feeling both relieved and disappointed. As he walked back through the forest, Sam thought about everything that had happened. The hidden door, the golden box, the silver key, and the black stone, all of it was still a mystery. But he knew one thing for sure: some secrets are better left hidden. When Sam returned home, he put the silver key and the old map in a safe place. He never spoke about what he had found, not even to his mother. The room at the end of the hall remained locked, and Sam never tried to open it again. But sometimes, late at night, when the house was quiet and dark, Sam would think about the stone and wonder what would have happened if he had taken it. He would wonder about the power it held and what it meant. But deep down, he knew that some mysteries are meant to stay unsolved. Over time, life returned to normal for Sam. He went back to his usual routine, attending school, playing with friends, and helping his mother around the house. But the memory of the hidden door, the secret chamber, and the black stone never left his mind. It lingered in the back of his thoughts, like a shadow that followed him wherever he went. One evening, several months later, a strange thing happened. Sam was sitting in his room, reading a book, when he noticed something odd. The air in the house felt heavier, almost like a storm was approaching, but the sky outside was clear. He also heard a faint humming sound, like a distant echo. It seemed to be coming from the direction of the hidden room. Sam tried to ignore it, but the humming grew louder, and soon it became impossible to concentrate on anything else. It was as if the house itself was calling to him, urging him to return to the locked room. His heart began to race, and a sense of dread filled him. He thought of the stone he had left behind in the underground chamber. Could it be connected to this strange feeling? Against his better judgment, Sam decided to check the room. He grabbed the old key from the drawer and walked slowly down the hallway. The humming grew louder with each step, resonating in his ears like a warning. When he reached the door, he hesitated. Every instinct told him to turn back, to leave the door closed and forget about it. But his curiosity was too strong. Sam unlocked the door and pushed it open. The room was as dark and cold as he remembered, but the humming was now deafening. It seemed to be coming from the golden box on the table, which was glowing faintly. Sam approached the box, his hands trembling. He opened the lid, and to his shock, the silver key inside was vibrating, as if it was alive. Suddenly, the key shot out of the box, spinning in the air before darting towards the wall. It struck the wall with a sharp clang, and to Sam's amazement, a section of the wall slid open, revealing a hidden passage. The humming stopped, replaced by an eerie silence. Sam's mind raced. Another secret passage, another hidden place in his own house. What was going on? He knew he should be afraid, but instead, he felt a strange sense of purpose. He took a deep breath and stepped into the passage. The passage was narrow and twisted, leading deep into the foundation of the house. The air grew colder as Sam walked, and he felt a growing sense of unease. After what felt like an eternity, he reached another door. This one was much older, made of heavy wood with iron bands. It looked ancient, as if it hadn't been opened in centuries. Sam hesitated, but he knew there was no turning back now. He pushed the door open and stepped inside. The room beyond was small and dimly lit by torches on the walls. In the center of the room was a stone pedestal, similar to the one in the underground chamber, but larger. On the pedestal was another box, this one made of black stone with red designs. It was larger than the first box, and Sam could feel a powerful energy radiating from it. He approached the pedestal slowly, his heart pounding in his chest. The box seemed to be calling to him, drawing him closer. Sam reached out and touched the box. The moment his fingers made contact, the room filled with a blinding light, and he felt a surge of energy course through his body. When the light faded, Sam found himself standing in a vast, empty space. The walls of the room were gone, replaced by a swirling void of darkness and light. In the center of the void, floating in midair, was the black stone he had left behind in the underground chamber. The stone pulsed with a dark energy, and Sam could feel its power. It was overwhelming, like nothing he had ever experienced before. The stone was calling to him, tempting him with its power. But Sam remembered the warning on the note. He knew that the stone was dangerous, that it held a power that should not be unleashed. He fought against the temptation, struggling to resist the stone's pull. As he resisted, the void around him began to change. The darkness receded, and the light grew stronger. The stone's power began to fade, and Sam felt himself growing stronger. He realized that the stone's power was not absolute, that it could be resisted. With a final burst of willpower, Sam pushed the stone away. The void shattered, and he found himself back in the room, standing before the pedestal. The black stone was gone, and the box on the pedestal was now empty. Sam felt a sense of relief wash over him. He had done it. He had resisted the stone's power and had broken its hold over him. The house was safe, and the mystery was solved. But as Sam turned to leave the room, he heard a voice. It was soft, barely a whisper, but it sent a chill down his spine. This is not the end, Sam. The darkness is still out there, waiting. Be ready, for it will return. Sam shivered and hurried out of the room. He locked the door behind him and returned the key to its place in the drawer. He knew that the voice was right. The darkness was still out there, and one day, it would return. But Sam was not afraid. He had faced the darkness once, and he knew he could do it again. He was ready. From that day on, Sam lived his life with a new sense of purpose. He knew that he had a responsibility to protect the world from the darkness, to keep it at bay. He didn't know when the darkness would return, but he knew that he would be ready when it did. And so, Sam continued to live in the old house at the edge of town, always watching, always waiting, and always ready for whatever might come next. The end.